Shmee just turned up with his Ford GT, which already has a QuickSilver system on it, but he's getting another rendition of the Ford GT, a really cool addition. We'll talk about that in a bit. We also have a stock 812 GTS and a base QuickSilver Special Projects exhaust system on this 812 GTS. In the background, we got our very infamous Defenders. One is the diesel inline 6 and the other is the V8. And the V8. It's all going on today. It's a nice place to work and a nice place to be in the world. Up on the ramp is Tim's amazing Ford GT, and Tim himself is behind the Ford GT. Hello.
How's it going?
Very good, very good. Pleased to see you here back again. Are you here for good reasons or bad reasons?
Always here for good reasons.
Oh, good.
Good reasons because we have the V2 exhaust from the Ford GT.
Yes,
The guys have just installed it, just put the plate back on. The thing is, a year ago now, we installed what was the first QuickSilver Ford GT system, the V1, if you could say, the Inconel system. A beautiful thing, an amazing sound. But then, I think the demand crept up from Ford GT owners, and you guys came up with this unbelievably cool system. Effectively, better heat properties with the new packaging inside. And the way this is finished, reminiscent of the GT LM, which in Europe was never an option. And for me, like, I love a reason behind a car, a story behind a car. That's always been number one. This car exists for a story. Like, Ford made this to go back to Le Mans in 2016 to go and race it. They won the class. It's a really cool story, considering back to Ford versus Ferrari, the 1960s, you know, the GT40s, and obviously the LM connection, therefore. And actually, this car has a special set of wheels. Which
these are very special, aren't they? Yeah,
Innokinetic and BBS made a limited run set, effectively, of LM style wheels. The GT LM race cars had wheels with this design and painted in this colour, soft grey. So I was lucky to scoop a set of those in the early days of the car. They're actually as light as the carbon fibre wheels that you could order.
That's incredible,
I can't remember which way it is. Either the backs are ever so slightly heavier and the fronts are ever so slightly lighter, but the total set of 4 is the same. And obviously with those LM nods, when this existed, it was like, well, we've got to do it now, don't we?
Well, I mean, I think when you had the first system put on this actual car last year, was it?
This time last year, spring last year.
And you've done
about 4,000 miles since.
Oh, I mean, you've been a brilliant advert for us because we have done so many of these since. And this is I think this is pretty much the first one with the LM system on it again. So the first every
amazing.
time.
Absolutely amazing. But I mean, when you come and look at this closely and what's been done here, if the camera can see it, the 3D printed Inconel kind of design and style, which both helps with airflow and also this outer rim with the airflow management to reduce temperatures. But combine that with the cool factor of how it looks.
I think it's the closest. Well, I've worked here for 16 years odd, and we met 11 years ago with a Toyota GT86 and early days of YouTube and that. I think you taught me how to use a GoPro, how to turn it on. But this is the nicest, the most beautiful system we've ever made. This is like for us, well, I think it's like a piece of jewellery or almost a piece of art.
This is genuinely stunning, and it's so unique as well. You know, it's such a cool style, and you can appreciate what's got into it. It's not just, I want to say it's not just a simple piece of metal, because it's obviously way more complicated than that anyway when you're doing hand-rolled Inconel with 3D printed titanium inside it, like the previous system. It's obviously not easy to do that, but to do this is like that jewelry. It's that like that extra something that doesn't normally exist.
No,
and then on this car, you also have a pretty nice view through to everything. I'm not sure how much the camera can
we
see through.
we got the special plaque done for you, of course, because you're a very special customer to us, and we like the relationship we've had with you over the years. I think it was an Audi R8 was the first.
Yeah, the Audi R8 was the first one I had. My Clio V6 has one of your systems on it.
Yeah.
And obviously on the Ford GT, which is really, I mean, I always say it, this is my, like, I'm going to die still owning this thing. You know, it's never going anywhere.
Yeah,
this is my pride and joy.
Yeah.
And it's a car that, you know, I've been lucky to do quite a few bespoke details with over the years and make it even more personal. And we've installed this right before it's about to be on its travels again, heading back across the Atlantic to the United States.
Oh, so it's going to be doing a road trip out there?
It's going to be about a month after we're filming this. This car's going to be blasting around Circuit of the Americas in Texas.
Brilliant.
We're going to be hearing it flying down the US F1 GP track.
And this is like non-OPFs. I mean, I've heard
you,
and they are that little bit crisper and nicer sounding in the OPF.
Yeah, I think that's normal, right? With pretty much any car, it's the same with this or the Ferrari 812s or something. As soon as the OPF generation comes, for sure, it takes that little spark off the top end of the sound. But with the GT, you know, I've had this since 2018. This was actually the last European car in the non-OPF era. Wow. So they did 18 non-OPF cars, and this was the last one. It sounded completely flat with the stock system. Like I've had a weird series of failures with the stock exhaust.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through, I think, 3 that have failed on me, which is a strange situation, but I guess not many people drive them as much as I do.
Highest mileage owner that I know.
And that's why we got talking a year ago to fit a system on it. And you know, for me, it's a car that's supposed to be driven. You want it to have the sound that matches the looks.
Yeah.
And the stock Euro cars are so quiet to begin with. Like when you have a stock European car and it's just parked and you've been driving and the fans are running.
Yeah.
You actually can't tell whether it's on or not because the fans are so loud. You can't even hear the exhaust.
Yeah.
So it needed a system. And you know, at this moment in time, the guys are just finishing off the install and putting the diffuser back. We've not actually heard it. Yeah,
no, but I mean, I think I've said it in previous videos that with our system on it, it's one of the best V6s I've ever heard. I think it sounds incredible, very, very motorsport to me, very racy.
It comes to life when you drive it hard.
Right.
So if you just hopped into one of these, as let's say you were doing a dealer test drive, and it doesn't quite work like that, and you're unfamiliar and you don't know the area and you don't know the car and you just drive it around the block, you're never going to get the excitement from this thing. You won't understand it. You need to drive the GT hard. Because when you get it higher in the rev range, it's kind of like a McLaren in some ways. The earlier McLarens, like it only really rewards you when you push on.
Right.
And you know, maybe on the public road, that's a side topic. This one's been driven on many a racetrack. And that's where it really, like I say, comes into its own, and it feels like a special thing.
I'm a jealous man. I'd love to be around the track on this.
And come out to Dakota.
Oh, I'd love to.
I
was there. Yeah. See you, QuickSilver. Like, and I know we did something with the design with the X-Pipe that I've been told that it sort of was designed at higher revs when the gases smash together. It creates a slightly different note with more depth as you get. It mixes the banks better, which apparently adds to it, which I would never experience because I've never driven one of these at that high revs.
Yeah, the sound
get a step of different notes and tones.
And you get these amazing lift-off noises as well.
Oh,
so as you come off the throttle, you get this kind of, I don't know how to describe it, almost like a pop on the lift-off. It's really cool.
Oh, well, I'm great. I mean,
cool
you've sold it. But I can't wait till we start it up and we'll hear it.
I'll sell the car in terms of telling everybody in the world they should buy one, but I'm never selling mine. It's mine forever.
Well, great to speak to you, Tim.
Likewise, thank you so
always
much.
A pleasure. And I'm not going to go anywhere because I want to hear it start up. But, we'll hear it then.
We'll all enjoy.
Brilliant.